Let's talk about a word you see and hear everywhere, a word that basically defines our entire digital world. And for me, this whole deep dive was sparked by one single, really simple request.
This right here is our mystery. Can you add this title to the photo aesthetic way? Now, the spelling might be a little creative, but the idea behind it is massive. Seriously, this one little sentence is like a key that unlocks a huge world of philosophy, brain science, and even modern economics. So what on earth were they really asking for?
To figure that out, here's our game plan. First, we're going to break down that request. Then, we'll take a trip way back to ancient Greece to look at the philosophy of beauty, jump into the science of how our brains actually react to art. And finally, we're going to bring it all back to today to see why aesthetic has become a very real, very powerful currency.
Okay, let's dive right in. When someone asks for something in an aesthetic way, they're asking for more than just, make it pretty. No. They're asking for something way more specific, something that speaks the unique visual language of right now.
So what does it mean? Because it's not just an adjective anymore, is it? It's become a noun, a whole vibe. People talk about having an aesthetic. You've heard it, right? A cottagecore aesthetic, a dark academia aesthetic. It's this entire package of feelings and visuals all wrapped up in one word.
And this checklist kind of breaks that package down. See, an aesthetic is a deliberately curated mood. It's about using harmonious colors and composition to make you feel something specific, like the cozy, quiet feeling of a rainy day, or the sleek, focused energy of minimalism. It tells a whole story without using a single word. And, maybe most importantly in our supervisual world, it's a form of personal branding.
But here's the kicker. This very modern, very online obsession with curating a perfect vibe, it actually has incredibly deep roots. To really get it, we need to swap our Instagram feeds for the public squares of ancient Greece.
And it turns out we've been wrestling with these exact ideas for a very long time. I mean, more than 2,000 years ago, you had Plato talking about these perfect, ideal forms of beauty. Then you fast forward to 1735, a philosopher named Baumgarten actually coins the word aesthetics. And then, a little later, Immanuel Kant comes along and argues that, hey, maybe beauty isn't some universal truth. Maybe it's just a matter of personal, subjective taste.
So yeah, this isn't just a random feeling we all have. Aesthetics is a real formal discipline. It's the part of philosophy that asks the big questions. Why do we like the things we like? What even is beauty? And is it in the thing we're looking at, or is it all in our own heads?
And these thinkers got really specific. They even created categories for our different reactions. They drew a line between beauty, which is something pleasing, calm, and understandable, like a perfectly manicured garden, and the sublime. The sublime, well, that's a whole different beast. It's that feeling of complete awe, of being totally overwhelmed by something huge and powerful, like a raging thunderstorm or standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon. It's beauty mixed with a little bit of fear.
But, okay, our reaction to what we see isn't just a philosophical debate for the ages. It's also wired directly into our biology. There are real, scientific reasons we find certain things aesthetic.
Think about it this way. Deep down, your brain is a magnificent pattern recognition machine. It's an evolutionary thing. Our ancestors needed to spot patterns to survive, to see the predator hiding in the tall grass, or to spot a source of fresh water from a distance. Because of that, our brains literally give us a little hit of pleasure, a little reward, when we find order and harmony in the visual chaos of the world.
And over time, we've learned how to consciously tap into that little pleasure-reward system. Take the rule of thirds. It's one of the absolute fundamental principles of photography and design, and it works simply because it creates an image that our pattern-seeking brains find more dynamic and balanced than something just plunked right in the center.
And here's how easy it is. You just imagine a simple tic-tac-toe grid over your view. If you place the important stuff in your shot along those lines, or even better, right where the lines cross, you instantly create a little bit of visual tension and energy. It guides your eye around the picture in a way that just feels satisfying. It feels aesthetic.
And it's the exact same thing with color. Our brains are tuned to love harmony. This here is an example of an analogous color scheme. Basically, colors that sit right next to each other on the color wheel. They create this calm, serene feeling because our brain processes them as being related, as being orderly. It's like visual peace and quiet.
So, we've gone from philosophy to neuroscience. Now let's bring it all back home. Why does any of this stuff actually matter in our day-to-day lives? Well, because today, aesthetics isn't just about art anymore. It is a powerful engine of our entire modern economy.
Just look at this. In product design, think about Apple. Their clean, minimalist aesthetic creates such intense brand loyalty that people will happily pay a premium for it. In branding, that simple, dynamic swoosh gives Nike instant recognition anywhere in the world. And on social media, an influencer's carefully constructed aesthetic is literally their business model. It's how they get followers and how they make money. Aesthetics sells.
And if you need the cold, hard proof, here it is. A jaw-dropping 73% of consumers say they are willing to pay more for products that have good design. That's not a small number. That is the real, tangible, monetary value of making something look and feel good. It's not a luxury. It's a core business strategy.
And this applies to all of us as individuals. Whether you think about it or not, the photos you post, the clothes you wear, the way you decorate your space, it all comes together to create your personal aesthetic. In this digital age, it's your visual handshake. It's the first impression you make on someone before you've even said a single word. Which brings us right back to where we started this whole journey. That one simple request to make something look aesthetic wasn't just a typo. It was a request that was secretly packed with thousands of years of human philosophy, a deep, intuitive understanding of brain science, and the powerful modern language of identity. It was really an ask for a mood, a story, and a feeling all at once. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. You now know the code. You know the secrets behind what makes something visually pleasing. You get the history, you get the science, and you get the modern-day value of aesthetic. So the real question is, now that you know all this, can you ever look at a beautiful photo, a well-designed product, or even your own Instagram feed the same way again?